Welcome to Click for IB Biology. We're still in the topic adaptations to the environment, and in this video we're going to very quickly take a look at the concept of the range of a species and the tolerance of that species within a habitat. There's a blank PDF of this presentation down in the description. You can download that and annotate that with your own notes as we go through this. And then at the end, there's 10 questions and a quiz with answers that you can use to test your understanding of the topic that we're looking at now, ranges of tolerance. The work that I'm showing you now was actually a study carried out by some students as they ascended Mount Kinabalu in Malaysia, starting from beneath an altitude of 1,000 meters, an elevation of 1,000 meters. The ascent took them to the height of actually 4,095 meters. That's a gain of some 3,000 meters. And during this ascent, the students plotted the distribution or the presence and absence of different types of Nepenthes species. Now this is a plant which is otherwise known as the pitcher plant, famous for its pitcher, of course, in which it traps into here insects and digests them extracellularly as a source of nitrogen. And this allows these plants to grow effectively on nitrogen poor soils, such as the mountain in the image. As we ascended the mountain from 1,000 to 1,600 meters, we observed the presence of Nepenthes villosa, this yellow plant. And this was typical of lowland areas and of lowland mountainous areas up to about 1,600 meters. Overlapping with this distribution was the appearance of Nepenthes raj here, with a lower limit of 1,200 meters going up to 2,200 meters. As we ascended up through the 2,000 layer, we encountered a new species, which was Nepenthes lowii. Lowii is named after an individual who made one of the first ascents of parts of this mountain here as well. So we had these three very distinct species which had particular ranges, with villosa going up to 1,600, the raja between 1,200 and 2,200, and the lowii went from 1,600 to 2,600. Above that altitude, there were no Nepenthes because the habitat above that doesn't suit their growth at all. Indeed, there are very few plants above this layer here. It's just largely exposed rocks with lichens and mosses at that altitude. If we take the Nepenthes raja as an example, which is this plant here, which we noted its range was 1,200 to 2,200 meters. So we first encountered it at 1,200 meters, and then it disappeared from the area at 2,200 meters. And these represent the upper and lower tolerance levels of the plant. With all plants' ranges, there is usually an optimal zone in which the plant's growth and its survival thrives. Outside of those zones, we have the plant will experience, and indeed animals would also experience, physiological stress, and this would compromise their survival and their ability to occupy these zones. So outside of each optimal layer, then we have areas of physiological stress. Where the Nepenthes encounter other species at these areas of physiological stress, then they are less competitive and have poorer survival with those challenges, which are biotic challenges. So in addition to the altitude effect, this compromises their capacity to compete biologically with other species to occupy those zones, ranges and zones of tolerance. The third video is linked to the left-hand side there. Here's the subscription to the channel in the center and our full playlist on adaptations to the environment on the right.